Hey, this is for Noel, and I am really, really incredibly flattered that you want to learn how to play this song. I'm glad that anybody likes anything that I have ever done. But this is I'm going to go over this, and I'm going to show you the guitar here. This is actually the guitar we recorded this with. Love this guitar, very clean, very Gretschy sound. That's a D-Armond. I remember when these things first came out. They were probably about $550. And I think at the time when they came out, I was in my 20s, and $550 was very hard to come by. So didn't really get one. I think I had a cheaper Dan Electro, which we got at cost. Actually, here it is right here. And this is what we used in our first surf bands, me and George both. Anyway, so the story with this guitar is I saw one hanging in a music store, and I was just going in for strings or something. And John McNeese, the guy who was working there, says, "You might want to go look on that back wall." And I had always seen the silver ones. I'd never seen the gold flake ones. This reminded me very much of Billy Zoom's Gretches that he would play, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta have it." And it was only like $300. And this has been a great guitar. It's got a little bit of buckle rash there, but the neck is through the body. It's got great sustain on it. Got these D-Armond pickups, which Gretsch uses actually quite a bit, and a nice little Bigsby. I play with 12s on it, so the Bigsby doesn't give me a lot of play, but I got old man hands, and if I hit the chords too hard, they go out of tune. So it's kind of nice to have that extra tension, and it's always good for it gives you that pop. And a little more control. Anyway, that's all the boring details. I just love this guitar, so I wanted to talk about it. It's a great little guitar, and I don't play it that much live because I have a problem with it staying in tune, whereas the Jazzmaster and the Jaguars, they're just rock solid always. I can go play a show, wipe it down, pull it out of the case 2 or 3 days later, and it is still in perfect tune. That's both all my Jaguars and the Jazzmasters. Anyway, I hope this works for you, but please let me know if you have any other questions after this. And again, I'm just really flattered and appreciate that you want to learn it. All right, here is the rest. Hello, this is for Noel. How you doing? We're going to talk about Phantom Mustang and kind of go over some of the parts here. Try and focus on what might be a little bit tricky, maybe not so apparent whenever you're hearing it, and some of the chords, because even going back over it myself, I had to go back and relearn the backing chords because George always played those, and I forgot what they were. And in doing so, I realized, that is a little tricky, but I really kind of liked it. So I was really impressed with what that guy did when he wrote that song. Anyway, well, let's start off with the beginning, kind of the main melody of the song, and I'm going to tilt. You will not see my face. Probably better off that way. You will see the fretboard. And this is not going to be a high-quality audio production. This is as good as I can get, but again, I apologize for putting this off for so long. I've been kind of busy, but it's really no excuse, especially since I promised I would do this a long time ago. But anyway, enough about that. Enough with my excuses. So here's the main riff. It starts over here in the 5th position, and I do like a little hammer on and a little slide back. And this has been kind of cool to analyze what I'm doing, because been doing this song for a long time and didn't really ever think about it too much. So it's kind of fun to think about it. Anyway, so here you go. So it starts in the 5th position. I do a little hammer on, and it goes like. And that's that little first piece. It does the hammer on, and then a slide back to that 4th position. And then it does another hammer on from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, and then I use that ring by hitting that open E string. Instead of hitting that guy, I hit that guy, because it allows me to, whenever I go to that next phrase, which is again in the 5th position, So it's the next part is. So it's the same little hammer on. And I'll do it one more time, a little more slowly. So it's the video quality is not really great. So I'm sure that it's I'm watching it and it's a little skippy. So. And part of me feels like I pulled that sound from "He Stopped Loving Her Today" by George Jones. Always thought that was a great song. Anyway, but I'm going to play through that whole those first two little bars there. And the next piece uses the same piece, same first part. So it makes that E chord. It uses the same first piece, but ends on that G sharp or A flat that makes an E chord. So it's. And then it does a slide. And then I always take this finger here, and then I hit that fourth fret on the E string, A flat, and then that goes to a B minor. No, not B minor. No, I'm sorry. It goes to a C sharp minor. Okay, I'm going to play through that whole line again, and hopefully it won't be so verbose, be more of a show kind of thing. Then sliding up, and that A flat. It's does that slide up? And then, of course, we just kind of repeat that. There are also some little fills that go in here, and I'm hard pressed to remember what I do, but what I do is just kind of keep it in that kind of A major range, because it's like a. Use a lot of open strings whenever I play, because it lets it ring out a little bit more, kind of fills it up. But like the. Something like that. And if you're playing it and you want to do something different than that, I hear about it, I'm going to scold you. No, I'm not. I never play it the same way twice, and it's kind of a fun little place where you have some space to play around with the fill. So anyway, the next part is that it kind of builds up a little bit of drama in the song, and it starts here. No, it starts here, and there's not that dead note. So the next part of the song builds up a little bit of the drama, and it's that bridge going into, well, I guess what you could call, maybe it could be a chorus. But it starts up here in the 9th position. There's a little chromatic. So it's this starting that ninth position, just kind of walks down, 2 whole steps, and then and then another half step, so like, and then it's this little staccato picking, little tremolo picking, and then it just goes up 1 fret from there, and it stays on that while the chords change in the background. Then back here. So you're in these 5 notes here. 1, 2, 4 notes. I can't count either. 1. And then it goes, once it gets done with that first part of the phrase, it goes over to the 5th position on the G string. We're still doing the, but it's a half step up. And then it goes back to the 4th position on the G string and just goes up half step at a time. And you're staring at your drummer the whole time to make sure that we get the timing right. And then winds up on that G sharp. And that's pretty much the whole song, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of add a little bit of what's done in the second time we do that kind of chorus bridgey thing. Throw in some extra notes, some extra sliding up, because Brian really hits it hard right there, and that one is really to build that drama, to kind of breaking out of the monotony of nice lulling you to sleep sounds of the rest of the song. It's really supposed to kind of wake you up and kind of mean business in that one spot. Okay, so I'm going to do that again, starting in the 9th position. And we go. Same thing, but so I'm going to go back over that, and it does the, so it walks up from that 2nd position on the B string, and it does the same thing for the next time. Very similar to what the other one was, blah, 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 blah. And then we go to the G, that's 5th position on the G, but we slide up after that to go to the A flat, that is that part of that E chord there. And a half step. And I kind of let it slide a little bit. Then back to, and that's pretty much the whole melody of the song. And I hope that works for you. Now I'm going to try and get the chords right. I will probably mess them up and have to like cut in some point and splice it all together. So if you see an abrupt jump, that means I forgot my own chords again. And that's that. Anyway, so main song is really in E, kind of an E bar. Then the A. So that's E major to an A major do a lot of that. You got to do a lot of that. And then this is important. It's an F sharp minor to a, not an F sharp minor, I'm sorry, an A flat minor, and then to a D flat minor, to a B. And that's pretty much the verse. In the chorus, let's see if I get this. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. This is where I said I was going to have to cut, right? So it starts off on that A flat minor, but it's going to throw you a curveball in just a second. So it's D flat minor. It's that F sharp major. Now it goes to an A flat major. That's again is a D flat minor. And I have to apologize, I might mess up some of my own stuff because again, I have a hard time remembering this. But it's so it's a A major at that very end, that chromatic. It's a E major, A flat major, and then A major. And then the very end of the song, George threw this in. He just threw in a little lovely. You have to like this, hit your drum a little hard, get all crazy. Anyway, I think that pretty much sums it up. In the rhythm part, the main place is to know when to do the A flat minor and when to do the A flat major. And that last part allows that chromatic thing to work. That it's a little slow, so it keeps a little bit of pace and doesn't let your brain get too freaked out, so it stays melodically. You know, you can use chromatic things a lot of times to kind of get people's attention because they're a little dissonant. But in this case, we didn't really want to do that. We wanted to kind of make a melodic chromatic piece, and the melodies always came kind of before the chords, so we beat the chords into submission, and that's how we came up with that tricky little A flat minor or major rather. Well, I hope this has helped, and if it hasn't, shoot me an email. Let me know if I need to do this more slowly. My hair looks great. It's a Sunday morning hair. But hopefully I will see you soon. I will definitely see you in April, if nothing else. So April, whenever we have the big SG1 or the Instra Summit. I hope this helps. Shoot me an email or reply to the email that you get from me that shares this video to the interwebs. All right, man. Take care. Looking forward to seeing you.